Who is Maria Padilla Reina and Pomba Gira? Maria Padilla Reina is the queen and ultimate female deity within Quimbanda who further manifests as a legion of Pomba Giras divided upon themselves. Interchangeable at times with the name Pomba Gira Reina or Queen of Queens. Related to the Ishu mysteries, if you see that previous entry of how humanity came to exist by this multiplication or division into manifestation, and then humans can also become the spirits after death. Many historical women who are famous have been seen as being a Pomba Gira, mostly posthumously. A few of them met violent ends. The Pomba Giras are seen as spirits and not divinities, except for arguably the further queens of each lesser kingdom. The feminine is the manifesting force, the male, the life force of Ishu and will of the universal creator in Zombie, is seen as male. As Pomba Gira is the mate to Ishu, Queen Maria Padilla Reina is paired with Ishu Ray or King. She embodies woman incarnated in all walks of life, from the streetwalker and exotic dancer to the regal and refined. She is known as the dove turn, or a turning spinning dove, as her spinning dance induces possession. The dove is also sacred to Aphrodite and Venus and represents the female sexual energy, which was whitewashed as the Holy Spirit. On the Ace of Cups card in the tarot is pictured a dove bringing the body of knowledge, wafer and dying sacrificial grain or seed of corn god, born and into union as knowing or to know meant sex in the biblical Eden, to know a woman. To the church or body of the female, as altars were once the woman or the priestesses, and the meaning of Mother Church, such as a thought or divine inspiration into the mind, which grows into action and therefore manifestation, and rewards are then harvested. Women also have had connection to the bird through the Ajay mothers, if you see the earlier entry, and the sterner vulture aspect as Oshun Mat Isis, and seen as fury and a fighting spirit. Creator gods in Africa a lot of times had connections with snakes, in this case Ishu with the male penis and creative aspect. We see the magical symbolism of the Hermes or mercurial caduce wand, in which a snake spirals around the world axis, spine or staff, and the two wings flanking the pineal or third eye represents the male and female unified or both hemispheres of the brain. The dove is the female orgasm flying up from the groin to induce sexual ecstasy and possible trance and prophecy and rites. Her energies are sexual and chaotic and are linked to the succubus mysteries. Maria Padilla Reina is seen to be a European or Spanish lady, usually dressed in a combination of red and black Quimbondic and Spanish colors. She usually is light-skinned with black hair that can look mulatto or in some cases have blonde hair. Her dress is varied, sometimes a corseted maiden, Gothic, a dominatrix demoness, Spanish, or a belly dancer. Her symbol is also the rose, which represents female genitalia and femininity, as well as red wine of lust and blood. Sometimes she is pictured as holding a knife or wearing a fedora. She is found at three-way Y or T crossroads, again representing the female yoni or source. However, Pomba Gira and Cruzilladas can also be found at the four-way or crossroads alongside Ishu. Maria Padilla Reina rules over the third greater Quimbondic kingdom that rules human relations, love, and emotions. She is also very powerful in financial success. Red is the color of blood in which the heritage lines flow through the matriarchal line historically. The Holy Grail is a cup, womb, or cauldron. It is the menstrual mysteries and the sexual organs engorged in blood. She is associated with midwifery and childbirth. The Red Witches of Spain were aggressive, who did magic for love and destruction. The triple goddess of Wicca is seen as white, red, and black. In this case, it would be the red sexual mother principle. The Red Goddess, a book written by Peter Gray, is an excellent resource to understand her. Many substances such as red wine, herbs, plants, or drugs were used, much like her intoxicating beauty, to charm, as aphrodisiacs, to relax, experience euphoria, and provoke mystical experiences and prophecy. 7 is the number of Venus in ritual magic, and the septagram, seven-pointed star of Babylon, Ashtar, Ashira, or Ishtar, the goddess of love and war. 7 is the number of the original Greek planets and the days of the week. Maria Padilla Reina, or Pomba Gira, is the holder of the mysteries of the physical and energetic body and these planetary mysteries. There were 7 steps up the Temple of Babylon, or the Tower of Babel. Babylon was at conflict with a Jewish sect of religion, so they were defamed as evil and oppressive. However, this is untrue compared to society at the time. Babylon was viewed as a whore and the place immoral. However, they were culturally in the majority, in which the divine female was accessed through the temple proxy or prostitute. The woman riding the beast back in Revelations in the Bible was taken from earlier ideas of the passionate, liberated female with the bull god. In this case, the horned issue. This can be seen in the strength card in the tarot, when this energy is harnessed to be enjoyed and not overtly destructive. The Bedouin girl, or dancing harem girl, is an archetype. The Dance of the Seven Veils by Salami represents these 7 planetary bodies, and she very likely belonged to the old or indigenous religion. Ceremonial magic came to mix in Quimbanda from Europe. This can be seen in the Invoking Quimbanda cross, which uses the hexagram, much like King Solomon and the Hermetic Kabbalic cross. The color purple, which the whore of Babylon wears, is a regal color that the pagan kings of Tyre wore and much European royalty. The Romans wore red, and so did a lot of European royalty. Blue is a color of Jupiter, the kingly face of royalty. Red and blue mix to make purple. Planetarily in Kabbalah, this would mean that the colors of war, the Marzerian red, and the kingly blue mix to provide a wise king who has might and compassion. The feminine principle would give the kings the right to rule. In the middle of the tree between Mars and Jupiter, on the Ochchim in the Tree of Life, is the sun, gold, and runs the path of the strength card and the lion. It is the Sun King and the child of promise in many spiritual paths and the mythologies of the heart and healing. Purple is the ray in Theosophy, the color of ceremonial magic, and astrological Sagittarius, who is ruled by the king Jupiter.